What's up everybody, Chris from On The Break here, and today I wanted to do a video that is the first of many about what it means to be clutch. And for reference, I'm going to use a game that took place in the 2011-2012 season between the Los Angeles Lakers and the New Orleans Hornets. This is a game where the Lakers' best player, Kobe Bryant, went 3 for 21 from the field and finished with 11 points, but the Lakers still won this game. And in many people's eyes, here's what happened. Kobe started the game and missed 18 straight shots, but with 20 seconds left, with his team down 83 to 85, Kobe pulls up for a three-pointer on the left wing and drains it to give his team the 1-point lead with 20 seconds left to go. After that, Jarrett Jack misses a short jump shot 6 feet away from the rim, and Matt Barnes gets to the free throw line and makes both of his free throws to seal the game for the Lakers. Now, a lot of people had a lot of different takeaways from this game. Some people said that Kobe's inefficient, as they always do. Some people said that Kobe carried the Lakers to the promised land like he's done many times in the past. Other people said, well, this just goes to show that efficiency doesn't matter. The only things that matter is if you hit the shots that count. Well, let's take a deeper dive into this. So if you looked at the game or you looked at the box score, you can see that Kobe missed 18 shots. And I took the liberty of going to the play-by-play to see how many points the Lakers could have generated if Kobe hit all of those shots. And that number is 41. He could have generated that many points for his team if we'd have hit those shots. But that's unrealistic to expect a player to shoot 100% from the field or even over 80. If he would have only hit half those shots that he missed, you're talking about 20 to 22 points. And I will argue that the Lakers would not have been in that close predicament in the first place had he hit those shots. But that's okay. Not players have bad games sometimes. I mean, that happens. But the thing is, many people credited Kobe for the win more than they did the team as a whole, saying that his shot was the only shot that mattered. Well, it's just a matter of compensation, in my opinion, because as I stated earlier, Kobe did not shoot efficiently that game, but his teammates, as a result, had to compensate by shooting more efficiently, rebounding better, taking care of the ball better, and playing defense, because at the end of the day, 18 missed shots, unless it results in an offensive rebound, is 18 empty possessions that you do not get anything accomplished on offense. And you only have so many possessions in a game. And as I said earlier, many people took away from this is that efficiency didn't matter because their best player, the Lakers that is, shot inefficiently, but they still won because he hit a shot at the end of the game. Well, I would argue that efficiency does matter. It just has to be compensated for or displaced. Basically saying if your best scorer does not shoot well in a particular game, the people around him, his teammates, need to elevate their game as a compensatory mechanism, meaning they need to play better defense, take care of the ball, and score more efficiently. Because while an individual player's efficiency might not dictate the outcome of a game, the team efficiency does, because basketball at the end of the day is not a one-on-one sport. It is a 5-on-5 sport. So if you look here, you will see that the Lakers were more efficient on offense and defense, boasting an offensive rating of 100 points per 100 possessions, while holding the Hornets to 97 points per 100 possessions, with the higher effective field goal percentage. And you'll find that throughout history that the more efficient team typically always wins. Whereas using one player's stats to determine the outcome of a game doesn't always work, because at the end of the day, on any given night, there could be anywhere from 5 to 14 other players out there on the court competing. So I do definitely think that efficiency numbers matter, not so much from an individual perspective, but more of a team perspective, simply because the equation goes both ways. If Kobe would have shot 60% from this game with 50 points, but his teammates shot 14%, then the Lakers would have most likely lost, and most likely by more points than just 1 or 2, because Kobe is just one player, and one player can only have so much effect on a team game. Now, everyone is always going to have their own definitions of what clutch means, But for me, clutch consistency is more valuable than clutch late game heroics. Let me explain. I simply think that performing consistency in all facets of the game, scoring, offensive rebounding, defense, body language, I think all of that is more valuable than late game heroics when it comes to winning basketball games. And to support my point a little bit, I did a little bit of research on the 72-10 Bulls, the ones that won the championship in 1996 and 97. So in those two playoffs combined, the team record was 30-7. The team was 24-0 when leading after 3 quarters, 1-1 when tied after 3 quarters, and 5-6 when trailing at the beginning of the 4th quarter. So for me, this kind of solidified a belief that I've had for quite some time. Basically just saying that teams that play more consistently well throughout the game tend to win more than teams who fall behind throughout the game and come back in the last few minutes. Now, I understand that there are exceptions to every rule. There will always be games where teams do not play well throughout the game and they make a 4th quarter offensive surge and change the outcome of that game. But I could bring you even more examples of teams who have not played well throughout the game, made an offensive surge in the 4th quarter, but still lost because the hole that they dug themselves into in the first, 42, 41 minutes of the game was just too much to overcome for a 5-minute comeback hero surge, if you would. And I just found it interesting that one of the most dominant teams that the NBA has ever seen has a negative record in those situations where they actually played really good in the 4th quarter, but they dug too much of a hole in quarters 1 through 3. So I think that clutch at the end of the day is still going to come down to what you want it to mean. I just seem to value more of the consistency aspect and also not looking so much at individual numbers, because I wholeheartedly believe that numbers do matter. Because at the end of the day, the game is decided by numbers, and that's the score. And that score is a reflection of the direct contributions that players have made on both teams. I mean, teams that get more offensive rebounds tend to perform better on offense and tend to score more points per game. Teams that are great on defense obviously allow less points per game. So the game does come down to numbers. That's who decides the winner and the loser. But I think it's fundamentally flawed to look at one player and say, okay, his numbers weren't good, but the team still won, so numbers don't matter. I think we should just look at it more holistically as a team game, since that's what it is. It's 5 players on the court for each team at all times. And all of those guys are impacting the game possession after possession after possession. Now, I hope this video brought some cool insight, maybe with some food for thought for some of you guys. It was just a quick thought that I had, and we're going to keep doing more videos about clutch and things of that nature. But I just thought it was interesting, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.